It's the first Starrcade to feature Ric Flair since Starrcade 1990. But I think it was kind of, what also I want to mention here that I thought it was pretty cool is that you have the nod to the original with Harley there as Vader's manager. Wasn't that cool?
Yeah. For those of us that are big fans of the business and follow it, that was cool. Talking about nostalgia.
Oh, yeah. And we're going to talk about it because, as mentioned, Flair puts his career on the line. We're going to get into that in its entirety next week when we cover December. But big-time stakes are at hand. They had a big-time feel here with the press conference. And Flair, who's saying, hey, I'm the 10-time world champ. Vader's a badass. He states all the reasons why he's a badass in that promo. And so there we go. And it's Vader, here we go. Vader as well, and Flair, again, they were among the 16 that advanced to the Battle Royal. Vader would injure Flair outside the ring at the 17-minute mark of the Battle Royal, and eventually he wins the Battle Royal after eliminating Sting. And Vader now has all the momentum heading into Starrcade 1993. What do you think of that? Do you like that the booking made Vader such an incredible mountain to climb for Rick?
Shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and everything that he said when he ran his resume down was accurate. All those guys that he had hurt, all those injuries. There's one thing to just be flapping your yap about what, but then to have names to stick with, to put and give yourself validity.
Names, injuries, and I like how he said, do you want to have your head put on my wall next? That was a good line.
Excellent.
We have some questions from our fans about the Battle Bowl event pay-per-view. A wrestling historian asked, do you think Battle Bowl could have worked as an annual pay-per-view, or was the concept just not good enough to justify it? Thanks in advance.
I wasn't a fan. Maybe as a one-off, I don't know, but just wasn't a fan of the concept.
Bryant Haremza said the Battle Bowl pay-per-view happens this month. Did any of the guys enjoy this concept? Arn didn't, Bryant. I know it's a blind draw, but how difficult is it to put a match together at the last minute when you don't even know who your partner or your opponents are?
Tough. It's tough. And Battle Royals, let me tell you, my experience with them is when planned out and meticulously laid out, they can be okay, but by and large, they stink. Because it's just more of the same of just throwing a guy out over the top, right?
Right.
You can only watch so much of that, and it just gets repetitious.
I think, too, that's why you've seen Royal Rumbles. They have become so creative in how they try to handle those because they recognize that.
Yep.
You know?
You can only have 6 guys, in the ring fighting. You can only watch a couple at a time. You can't watch everything. So just to make them passable, you really got to put a lot of thought into them.